Right, I've decided to do this video because like a friend of mine put up a video and I just wanted to put up one in response to that. Basically, he put something up with a shuffle on it, and I just wanted to expand on that a little bit. And well, you know, there was a point in putting something up if you're not going to use it, and so that's what I did with his. I've taken it and done a few bits and pieces with it, and then maybe he'll do the same with what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm going to do that and a few other little bits and pieces just to give you an idea about how I might go about practicing stuff when I'm using my V drums at home. So right, so just to show you what Mike had put up, basically it's shuffle beat. Well, essentially it's a shuffle beat because it's sort of, it works as a rudiment, but it's got the bass drum involved in it, which normally is a bit strange for a rudiment, but it goes something like this. It's basically well, I'll just do the sticking, you can see. So that's basically the whole thing. So which you can see works as a sort of a nice groove, you know. Yeah, which, you know, I really liked, and he did some stuff on the hi-hat which was sort of like this. No, hang on, I'll do that again. So you get the idea. The thing was, when I was playing that, I sort of felt, well, it's not like I felt that there was anything wrong with it, but for me, I kept missing a certain part of it for some reason. I thought, well actually it's because of what I do more naturally, which is rather than playing it like this. So rather than doing two rights on the ride or whatever you do it on, I was doing one, so it ended up being like this. So as you can see, it's sort of just evolved that way for me, so it just gives it a slightly different feel, and obviously you're filling in with the left hand where you wouldn't with the right, so it's... Sorry, no, I'll start again. Now, as you can see, I'm sort of accenting the snare drum on the parts where it would be the normal sort of, you know, and the rest of them are sort of treating as ghost notes. And one of the things I've done as well, just to expand on that, is to take the right hand, and rather than playing the right side of the rudiment with it, or right side of the shuffle, effectively just playing it as a straight beat, so you get a slightly different feel, and it sort of turns it more into just a straightforward drum beat than a sort of a groove or a rudiment. So it sounds something like this. So doing that faster, you get quite a nice sort of groovy feel, well, you know, groove to it. So fast, sped up, it sounds more like this. So you can obviously play that on the hi-hat if you want to, or anywhere else, and move it around the kit. But, you know, I just sort of play that, put in a few fills in where I do it, and maybe playing the rudiment across the toms to give a feel a feel with it, it would sound like more like this. Obviously you don't have to keep playing the right hand with the ghost notes on the snare, you can play them on the hi-hat. So something like this. Obviously I'm playing the rudiment slightly differently to the way Mike's doing it, but you know, it just fell into that for me. So yeah, cheers for that, Mike. So that's something I hadn't done before, but that's what I'd been working at over the last day. But the other thing I wanted to show you was just a just because I was told Mike I'd do something about paraddidles, so something I used to practice a lot is paraddidles, and the paradiddle being the ubiquitous so right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Don't forget that you can do double paraddidles, which are right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. And a triple paradiddle, which is one more right, left again. So. And they each give you a different feel when you're playing, so the paradiddle itself is. You can play it around the kit. So double paradiddles used more for a sort of a groovy feel. And you turn them into a beat. So I'll do that again. I'll actually do a proper beat rather than playing the. Yeah, that sort of thing, you know. And then triple paradiddles, which to be honest with you I don't really practice so much as it's a. Yeah, so I screwed that up at the end, but I think the thing with triple paradiddles that I find most useful is that it gets you to lead a lot with the left hand on a, like what you would normally do on a stringle stroke roll. So whilst it's like you're leading with the left hand on the second, you know, for quite a while, so it's. And so, you know, playing fast gets you into leading with your left hand quite a lot. So. Good thing about paradiddles, especially, well, you know, when you're just practicing the normal paradiddle, is that it gets you to used to playing double strokes with your hand quite a lot. because when you're playing fast enough, you're into doing double strokes on the right, right, or the left, left, rather than there being single strokes. Obviously, single strokes being, double strokes being. So in the paradiddle, playing fast and turning it into double strokes, it ends up being. So just to show you one thing with the paradiddle that I do, I put all of those three paradiddles together and play them all at once, but one after the other and back in a sort of a circular pattern. It's not my own thing. I nicked it off somebody else, who some of you will probably recognise it, and it's a really good practicing tool for getting you used to playing different paradiddles and the feel for the sticks. So I'll just show it to you now. So it's a paradiddle, then a double paradiddle, then a triple paradiddle. So it's like this. So you see what I mean? Paradiddle first, it's double paradiddle. I'll start that again. Triple paradiddle. All together. One out there, didn't I? Do it again. Fell over at the end, but that's because I usually play it slightly a bit slower than that, just for warming up purposes. But put the bass drum in that and you get an interesting feel, because it can be circular. So bass drum just on the beat. So yeah, and then you get, you know, that sort of feel. Now, the reason I practice so many paradiddles, I suppose, is because a lot of playing that I do, sort of, paradiddles go into a lot of it. So, for instance, when I'm playing stuff, you'll get elements of the paradiddles in it, with single sticking, double sticking. And yeah, you know, this is pretty much improvised. I don't necessarily always plan it so much, but it's just about feel. So, you know, to give you an example, just to finish it off, it's you know, stuff like yeah, so stuff like that. I mean, you can do it as fast or as slow as you want. So like a sort of drum beat that you can do with playing a lot of the strengthening up your left hand with doing, you know, and control is something like this. With some fills in there. You know, I need to practice that probably quite a bit, but it's good for working on your left hand control. Yeah, so that's all I'll do for now. I won't do any more because this video is probably getting too long as it is. Hope you liked it. If you didn't, you already knew this stuff already, or you didn't care, or you're just whatever.